Hey guys, this is Nick from Alpha Gaming, and welcome to the top 5 pre-built PCs for the months of September to October 2015. So a couple things before I start this video off. Firstly, I just want to say that I have a little bit of a cold at the moment, so I apologize if you notice that, or if I have to sneeze or something. I'll face away from the mic, I guess, or mute my mic. I'd also like to thank you guys for 1,000 subs. As a result, I'm going to be trying to produce a lot of content this month. At least 4 videos is my goal, but I'm hoping for even more than that. So, getting right into the video, these are the top 5 pre-built PCs for September and October 2015. I've decided to include the Newegg links for all these PCs in the description below. So, starting off guys, for a PC that you can use for ultra cheap gaming, we are looking at the CyberPower PC Gamer Ultra 2227, and this is only $400. It includes an FX 4300 at 3.8 GHz, 4 GB of DDR3 RAM, 1TB hard drive, Windows 10, and a GeForce GTX 720. So obviously this isn't the most stacked PC ever, but it is very cheap at the moment, only $400. And basically it will be able to run some like free-to-play games and MOBAs very well, and basically any old games that are running on the Source engine like Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Team Fortress, MOBAs like League of Legends and Dota 2, this PC should be running at around 60 FPS due to these games not being very demanding at all. However, at like very demanding games, you're either not going to be able to run them at all. Well, you will be able to run them, but only at about 20 FPS with lots of the settings turned down. So this is mostly a PC for people who are looking to play very light games and not really looking to venture into any like the brand new AAA titles such as Star Wars Battlefront or something like Battlefield Hardline or something like that. Okay guys, going up by about $80, we now have the CyberPower PC Gamer Extreme H135 at $480. So this has a Core i5 4460 at 3.2 GHz, 4 GB of DDR3 RAM, a 1TB hard drive, and a Radeon R7 240 with 2 GB of VRAM, and it also does come with Windows 10. So this is a slight upgrade over the Gamer Ultra 2227. It's about $80 more expensive, and for that you get a pretty substantial upgrade in the CPU and also a slight upgrade in the graphics department. So this PC will be able to essentially just do slightly better than the first PC. However, the CPU does have a lot better performance. The Core i5 4460 is definitely a lot better than the FX 4300. So if you're looking to produce more content, then this CPU would be better. And it is worth noting that these PCs only have 4 GB of RAM, but at these very cheap prices, it's essentially what you can expect. Okay guys, moving on to a budget game PC that can actually run lots of AAA games at pretty decent frame rates with the iBuyPower Source Series NE641FX. So this PC has for $650, this PC has an AMD FX 8320 at 3.5 GHz, 8 GB of DDR3 RAM, a 1TB hard drive, Windows 10 Home, and it comes with a GTX 950. So if you watch my build on the 950 that I did a few days ago, you guys will know that the 950 is actually pretty decent and can run like a lot of AAA games, not at absolute maxed out settings, but at high settings around 35 to 45 FPS. So if you are looking to do some AAA gaming and you don't care about everything being at completely ultra settings and everything like that, this could be a PC that's definitely considerable, and for $650 it's definitely not bad. And clearly for games I mentioned before, games like Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Team Fortress 2, this PC will essentially be able to run them at over 100 FPS easily. I have a very similar PC that has a slightly better graphics card, and I get around 258 FPS in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And now for a PC that delivers very good game performance, we have a more expensive model of the CyberPower PC Gamer Extreme H145. So this PC has a Core i5 4460 at 3.2 GHz, 8 GB of DDR3 RAM, 2 TB hard drive, and a 120 GB boot solid state drive. So, and of course, Windows 10 and an R9 380 from AMD. So this is a significantly upgraded version of the original model. The CPU actually hasn't been upgraded that much. It's actually the exact same CPU, but as you can see, there's a substantial upgrade. Basically everywhere else, there's a 8 GB RAM set instead of a 4 GB RAM set. There is a 2 TB hard drive rather than 1 TB, and it also does have a 120 GB boot SSD, which means that your PC is going to be booting very quickly, just around 10 seconds, and that is significantly faster than you could expect with a hard drive, and of course the R9 380 is significantly better than the R7 240. The R9 380 will of course be able to run most AAA games today at 60 FPS at almost maxed out settings, if not maxed out settings, because it is basically like a rebranded version of the R9 285. So if you guys want to look at the specs for that, you can look up the R9 285 benchmarks or the R9 380 benchmarks on today's AAA titles. And finally guys, for the Overkill PC, we have the iBuyPower Phantom Series NE783K, and this comes in at $1,500, and it has one of Intel's brand new i7 6700K CPUs at 4 GHz, 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, a 1TB hard drive, and a 120 GB solid state drive, along with Windows 10 Home and a GeForce GTX 970. So of course this PC will be able to max out anything at 1080p. Unfortunately, it's actually not too good of a PC for 4K gaming if you want to have all the settings turned up. But with this incredibly powerful CPU from Intel, you really shouldn't have much of a problem. Of course, paired with the GTX 970, this is definitely going to be a very powerful PC. Okay guys, that was my top 5 pre-built PCs for the months of September and October 2015. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, or if you are going to consider buying any of these PCs. I do encourage you to build your own PC, of course, but this is definitely a viable option for people who are looking to not build their own PC, who maybe they think it's too much of a hassle or something, or they don't have a lot of free time. This definitely is viable. Bye guys.